Hi, boys and girls. This week we are going to be learning about tally marks and picture graphs. You are actually going to be making your very own tally chart and picture graph later on this week. So let's go ahead and do a quick review. These lines right here are called tally marks. Each line represents one person's vote. You are actually going to be using these to make your own tally chart. Okay, so each line represents one vote. And when you get to the fifth vote, that fifth line, you always cross it. So for example, let's go ahead and let's make 15 tally marks. By grouping them in fives, it makes it so much easier to count our data, keeps it organized. So I can count it like this: 5, 10, 15. If I didn't cross that fifth line, watch what would happen. Which one is easier to count? The top or the bottom? Definitely the top. The top, I can quickly count it: 5, 10, 15. Down here, I'm going to have to count each individual vote. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That took me a lot longer and makes it a lot easier to make mistakes. Okay, now when you are collecting data for your graph, data is another word for information. So when you are collecting information and you're using your tally marks, make sure you leave a space in between the next group of 5. See how I left the space here? Doesn't have to be a real big space, but you don't want to put them too close together. In the past, I've had students go like this, and it kind of looks confusing. You can't really tell how many are there or if they counted correctly. So just leave a little bitty space there. So it's easier for you when you're going back and recounting your information that you collected. Okay, so this is called a tally chart or a tally. These are called tally marks, and each line represents one vote. Okay, so here we have an actual tally chart. This is what yours is going to kind of look like, but you get to choose whatever you want to survey yours on. So this one, they chose to survey their favorite instrument. If you look up at the top, this is where the title will always be. So you will know that they surveyed the question, which one of these is your favorite instrument? Drums, guitar, or piano? So this whole row goes with the drums. This one is for guitar, and this one is piano. Okay, so over here we have our instruments and our tally. So if you look over here, let's look at our questions. How many people chose the drums? You go up to drums. Let me erase that so we can see a little bit better. Okay, so you go up here to drums and you count them. Now remember, this is equal to 5, so we do not have to count each individual line. We start at 5. 5, and then 6, 7, 8. So we had 8 people vote for the drums. How many people chose the guitar? We know this equals what? 5. And how many people chose the piano? This is 5, add 1, which is equal to 6. So remember your titles at the top. That's how you know what question was surveyed. Let's go ahead and try another one. What is the title of this tally chart? Favorite zoo animal. Very good. Now, the question they surveyed was, which one of these animals is your favorite zoo animal? Lion, giraffe, or bear? Over here is where they kept their tally, where they collected their data when they surveyed people. They put one tally mark for each vote that they got for lions, giraffes, and bears. Over here, you would write the total. So let's look at lion. How many people voted for lion? We have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How many people voted for the giraffe? 4. And how many people voted for bear? So we have 5, add 1, which is equal to 6. Now let's look at our questions. How many people chose a bear as their favorite zoo animal? We just go back up, look at bear, go all the way over, total 6. How many fewer people chose a giraffe than a lion? Now, who can tell me what the code word is in this question? How many fewer people chose a giraffe than a lion? Your code word is fewer. Now, who remembers what operation that is? Would you use addition or subtraction? If you said subtraction, you are correct because fewer means less. So how many fewer people chose a giraffe than a lion? You just come up and look at your giraffe. I like to put a little circle there so I remember which two animals, and a lion, and I just subtract the 2. So 9 minus 4 equals what? 5. So 5 is your answer. Now our last question, how many people chose a lion or a bear as their favorite zoo animal? So lion or a bear. So we're going to count all the votes for lion and we're going to count all the votes for bear. So we have to take 9 plus 6 equals what? What I would do is I would do the make 10 strategy. I would take 1 away from the 6, add it to my 9, so it makes it 10 plus 5, which equals 15. Okay, a tally chart shows a mark for each person's vote in a survey. A survey asks people the same questions. For example, look at this tally chart. This tally chart, this person surveyed, which is your favorite vegetable? Carrot, pea, or corn? So they have to ask that exact same question to everybody they survey. So let's say I asked you the question, which vegetable is your favorite? Carrot, pea, or corn? I have to make sure I ask everybody that exact same question. So if you look here, 3 people chose carrot, 2 people chose pea, and 7 people chose corn. All right, let's look at this tally chart. What is the title of this tally chart? What is your favorite color? Now, they only asked, what is your favorite color? These 3 choices, they only gave you those 3 choices, red, blue, or purple. So you have to choose one of those. Out of these 3 colors, which one is your favorite? So let's go ahead and count our totals. We have 5, 6, 7, 8 for red, 3 for blue, and 5 for purple. So how many people chose red? 8. How many people chose purple? 5. Do more people like purple or blue? Do more people like purple or blue? So you look at your purple, look at your blue. Which one has more votes? So more people like purple. How many more people like red than blue? Now, who can tell me what my code word or words in number 7 are? What are my code words? How many more people like red than blue? How many more? Now, who remembers what operation we use for how many more? Is it addition or subtraction? This one's kind of confusing. It's actually subtraction. I know some of you think it's addition, but it's actually subtraction. You're trying to figure out the difference. So how many more people like red than blue? So we go up here, I put a little star by red and by blue, and I'm going to subtract those 2. So I do 8 minus 3, which is 5. So how many more people liked red than blue? 5 more people liked red than blue. Okay, now let's look at this question. It says, circle the tally chart that shows 2 students like crackers, 6 students like bananas, and 4 students like carrots. Which one of these graphs is showing that information? You have to be very good detectives when looking at this. What I do is I look at the first one they said. 2 students likes crackers. So I check crackers. That one got 2. That one did not get 2. Let's check the next one. 6 students like bananas. 5, 6, yep. Oh, that one did not. And 4 students like carrots. That one is 4. Oh, that one is 6. So this tally chart is showing us the correct information. Now our hot problem. All right, here we go. Samantha is having a pizza party. She asks her guests to pick their favorite kind of pizza. Which kind does she order? So looking at this graph, this tally chart right here, she surveyed all of her guests to see which kind of pizza they liked. She wants to order the most popular pizza. So looking at her data, her information, which kind of pizza does she order? Is it cheese, pepperoni, or sausage? If you said cheese, you were correct because cheese got the most votes. Out of all her guests, 7 of them chose cheese and only 3 chose pepperoni and 2 chose sausage. So 7 was the most popular vote. So that is probably what she ended up ordering. All right, now let's go on to picture graphs. We just worked on tally charts, how to collect data. Now we're going to learn how to make a picture graph. And remember, this is what you're going to be doing this week. So how do you read a picture graph? A picture graph is just like a tally chart, but now pictures represent your votes. So in this one, they surveyed favorite balloon color, green, red, or orange. So instead of using a tally mark, they use their pictures. So 1 balloon equals 1 vote. So how many people chose green? 3. So let's go ahead and look at these questions. How many people voted for a red balloon? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many people voted for a green balloon? 1, 2, 3. So 3 people chose green. And which color balloon received the most votes? Which one of these has the most? Green, red, or orange? It would be red. So when you are going to make a picture graph, you would first use a tally chart to collect your data, to take surveys. So you're asking people these questions. Then you would use your tally chart to turn it into one of these picture graphs. So a graph shows information. Another word for that is data. And sometimes you can say data or data. A picture graph uses pictures to show data. You can use a tally chart to make a picture graph. So here, this person surveyed the question, favorite apple color, red, yellow, or green. So here first, they used their tally chart to collect their data. So they surveyed how many total people? 3, 4, 5, 6. Then they took this information and turned it into a picture graph. So it's just like a tally chart, except for you will draw pictures to represent the votes instead of your tally marks. All right, now looking at this one, it says write the totals in the tally chart. So this is a tally chart again right here. Tally chart uses tally marks, and over here you'd write your total. So we had 2 votes, 6, you'd write 2 in here, 6, and then 5. Then you would take this information to create your picture graph. You have to use this information up here when creating this graph down here. Okay, and this is exactly what you're going to be doing this week. So when you are making your tally chart, First off, you have to figure out what you want to survey. In class, we were going to take a survey throughout the school on our sucker flavors, but since we're not at school, you could choose to survey anything you would like, anything. You could do favorite snacks, you could do favorite color, you could still do favorite Dum Dum flavor, whatever it is you want to do, favorite candy bar. So you'd make your tally chart first, just like this. You would write, let's say I'm going to do favorite candy bar, Butterfinger, Snickers, or Milky Way. I'd write my three choices on one of these lines. Okay, I'd write candy bar here, my tally. I'd collect my all my data and then my totals. And then I would come down here and create it into a picture graph. On your picture graph, you want to make sure you have your title and just put your three. I would have favorite candy bar, and I'd write my three candy bars here, and I would just color in one box represents one candy bar vote. Okay, so if I had three for here, I would write color in three boxes. I would try to do it a little bit neater so you can see it. Okay, so that's exactly what you're going to do today or this week. So start planning right now what you want to survey. Go ahead and collect your data. I want you to survey at least 10 people. See if you can try to survey 10 people. This is a good time to maybe call some friends in your class, call grandma, your grandpa, some relatives. Anybody you want to survey, go ahead and ask them. And then after you get your 10 votes, go ahead and create it into your picture graph. Now I can't wait to see all these awesome picture graphs that you guys make. Have fun!